See. Oh, good heavens, the sea's gone. It's gone away.
Hello! It's been a couple of days since my last Microteach, so let's talk about that. First things first, Saturday 22nd of February is my third Microteach of the year. We're down there, we had to drive down there, me and my partner, because there was loads of train replacements, bus replacements, and in total it would have taken like 3.5 hours to even get there, and I'm just not going to do that. So we left at 7:30, got there at about 9:30. Did the first session. It was taught by one of the girls on my course. She did a lesson on twang, how to use your voice, how to make a twangy sound, how to use it in improv, and she got us to do like an improv activity. For me, I am like the most introverted person, and the idea of having to do improv on a Saturday was so far, like not even on my to-do list. I gave the energy that I wanted them to give my class, so I got really involved, a little bit out of my comfort zone as well. We broke for lunch. I went and met George, who was at a coffee shop. I had a coffee, a decaf coffee, because I know if I have caffeine, I'm gonna just add to that anxiety, and I didn't want that just before my lesson. I went through my lesson plan, I went through my slides, see what I was doing, like refresh my mind. I'm back in, I'm setting up, I've got all my worksheets that I've got all the practice pads, because for context, I go in on the Wednesday beforehand and they say we don't have any rooms available on the Saturday with full drum kits. I said, absolutely no worries. Do you have practice pads? They said yes. I said, wonderful. I will just change my lesson plan a little bit around those practice pads. Get into my lesson. The first task is fine. I'm making them do the Velcro things with the laminator, you know, the laminator that I returned. Fills, they created them, and then they just did like the rudiments on the practice pads. Absolutely fine. My next activity, that was listening to songs and trying to identify the grooves that you had on the sheet, did not go well. I kind of like just blanked how to get the screen to work and the audio to work. It didn't go well. I felt like I was just kind of like struggling to like keep the lesson going, and also trying to keep calm because I know that it's not going to plan. It's just, yeah, in my opinion, it was just like I was struggling to swim and like trying to keep afloat. It gets to the end of my lesson. I think I'm ended. I think I've done really well on these timings. The tutor goes, you have 10 minutes left. What should you do? And I turned to him and I went, I don't know. I don't know, babes. And then he turned to the class and said, what do you think we should do? Like, how would you advise Phoebe on how to do it? One of them said, oh, we could play to the tracks, the grooves that we've just learned. Fabulous. Okay, I did a chorus, a verse, a chorus on 3 songs, thinking, I'm done. 10 minutes is done. 10 minutes is done. I said, thank you so much for being my students, and thank you for being here today. Tell me why. He goes, you've still got 3 minutes left. And I looked at him in the blankest face and I said, I can't help you here. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to add to it like anymore. This is a training course. I don't know what to do. And he just called it. Like, it was like, okay, fine, near enough. 3 minutes is fine. 3 minutes is fine. Then it gets to the feedback bit, and you do medals omissions. So something that you did really well and something that you maybe like work on for next time. A lot of it was really productive and really like nice as well, like from my peers, from the tutor. It was like really nice, and like, oh, you have like a calming voice, and like how you encourage students is really like the nice way of phrasing it, and like you really seem like sincere in it as well. And then some of it I just didn't agree with. It was like some comments I was like, well, that doesn't really apply to me because I'm not going into that like particular course, or I'm not going into teaching to teach and be like a sub, for example. My only aim with this course is to be a drum teacher. One-to-ones, group work. I don't even want to be a music teacher. I just want to teach drums. That's all I want to do. And some of it, like some of the comments I just didn't agree with, like some of them just didn't land. I literally got into the car with George and I just I was like, I'm not happy with how that Microteach went. One, I didn't even do it to time, and then two, the comments weren't even like aligned with how I thought it went. Say on this course, like the worst thing is that you get feedback, the best thing is that you get feedback. I just have to start thinking about my next Microteach, really. So I am just going into my first lesson of the evening. We are going to be looking at grey pieces and some sight reading as well, because I really want the student to be able to look at like a feel, even look at like a drum key and be like, right, that's tom 1, tom 2, tom 3, and really be confident when he's about to read it, he knows what he's about to play. My second student will be looking at the feels, because I feel like he really wants to go down that route. So we will be looking at them. And then I have a uni tomorrow, so I probably will see you tomorrow. We are now on week 5. I've just done my week 4 homework. I had to read through 2 papers and then do a little bit of like what my students will be like and what their expectations for coming on my course will be. So I actually printed them off. A couple of them are here. I find it easier to read it if it's like actually on paper, like in a book, or like just print it out, just because then I can scribble on it, little notes and everything like that. So I don't know if you can hear me, but I just had my lessons done for the day. My first one, I don't know if I said earlier, but we just look at grade pieces and get him ready for grade 2. He's going to be sitting that in like maybe 3 or 4 weeks. When he does the practice and looks at the little bits. And then my second lesson, we looked at feel and creating our own feels. So these laminate things did actually come in handy from my Microteach. And he's come up with this one, but instead of using these on the snare, he's put them on the bass. So that sounded really wicked. Let me play it. One and a 2 and 3, 4. Solid. Anyway, I'm going to play the songs that I'm looking at, and this fabulous book that I got. It says Drum Rudiments, and it's got 40 of the classic ones. So it's got all like the single stroke rolls, and then it goes and advances into like triple Ratamaku. So if it sounds like gibberish, it's probably drummers just speaking. You could actually put your 6-stroke rolls. It's actually in Queen of Stone Ages, because I practiced this religiously when I was learning grade 5. You could put the first hit on the 6-stroke rolls. You could put your first hit on the tom 2 and the tom 1, and it sounds like this. Just why my car starts up. My initial thoughts coming out of my drum lessons, my teaching for that Microteach, is like I actually do know what I'm doing. Like it's just reaffirmed that teaching drums is like really the only thing that I really want to do. Anyway, I'm off home for some dinner. just finished my first placement. I'm just on my little break now. I've got my drinks, I've got my hot chocolate, and I'm heading towards the beach because although it was pissing it down earlier, it is so nice and sunny. Let me show you. Look how gorgeous the sky is. So yeah, I'm going to drink my little coffee on the beach. It's like when I'm back in like uni, I suppose. Lunch breaks and like any uni breaks were down at the beach. And then I'm gonna try not to fall over. And then I'm going to start my ADDI method, or that plan, and then go to class.